What's your name?
I'm Davis. Call me Jeff.
You are?
This is my son. The son's a big fan.
What's up? More cover breaking that alert?
Not without a lot of trouble.
Okay. I'll find another way. Any place this rundown should have a hole in the wall or a broken window.
Check around back. I'd go myself, but you know, not Spider-man.
Hello? Fisherman with a grudge and a hook brand? Who's that locked door? Jeff, you there? I'm doing my best to refrain from knock-knock jokes. Yeah, got it. I've been working on electric webbing. This is the perfect field test. Sit tight. What? Where?
Remind me of my son. Started thinking about the TV. Now he's running down the train.
Sounds like you could teach me everything. Good. Kinda anticlimactic, huh? Looking for something specific?
This yard's been here a long time. Bootleggers used to back in the day.
Gotcha. These guys love their hidden rooms.
Check it out. Sounds hollow to you? I got a hidden head. Like the one on the door. Conduit leads out back. Look for another junction.
Let's see if my mask lenses can pick up our guns. Did that work?
Must not be the right box. Keep looking.
Hey, I doubt I would have found you. Got a big fat nut.
Well, there's one secret you could do more. Notice anything about the floor?
They can hide the doors, not the scrapes they did.
Keep an eye out for more of those.
I know I'm after scrapes. I should take another look around. Pay dirt! Scrape, no door! None I can see anyway!
Great. Be right there. Maybe not. Another bit left.
Sit tight, I'll pull you up. Second floor, rusted machine parts, big honkin' rats. Careful, the bridge is out.
I got you.
Nice! Stuck the landing and everything!
We're not all donators.
Fair enough.
Another secret door. I'll ring the lock. Let me know if you find the junction boxes.
Yep, on it.
How's that?
Nothing. Look for your box. Remember what that one
Found one. Nailed it.
Hell yeah.
Hey, check this out.
Nothing. I'm starting to feel like this is Fisk's way of messing with me.
Look at the walls. They kept guns. They wouldn't have moved the front door. Gotta be a passage with us. Check out the wall. This might control access to another area.
This man we're talking about a vault. Maybe we're close.
Bet on. Looks like a dual circuit. See if you can find a second junction.
Junction box. Where would I be? Found it. Clear. You were right, Jeff. Trap door.
Outstanding. Think you can help me out? This thing's heavy. One, two, three.
Well, that isn't spooky at all.
Probably no movement this time.
And it looks like no one's been in South Alcohol.
Big chunk of concrete in the way. I can't get through.
Let me see how it looks from the top. Got room to maneuver here. Hang on.
I'm blocked. Anything you can do?
What was that?
Subway maybe. Let's also place something.
Okay, that definitely wasn't a subway.
No. Sounded like explosives.
And that sounds like demons.
Revolt! Hurry! Go!
Damn. Demons are already gone. How'd they beat us here?
Must be a back door. See if you can find it. This place is one hell of a... Or was.
They didn't want the non-lethal stuff. They passed up smoke grenades, flashbangs. There's a fenced-off room here they didn't bother with.
Too much after the great game, we just peeled back the wire mesh with gun.
Got empty crates here. And it looks like they took the ones they didn't clean out. Smash and grab. They were moving fast. There. They blew the locks to get in. Shh. Demons. Stay here.
Hell. It'll take both of us to stop. Some of these. Move. Let's go. Get him!
Find cover! That's what I'm talking about! Now you're just showing off! needed that. Your timing is impeccable. How we doing? See? I've got friends too.
Firing! Stay clear!
You okay? If I lose the truck with gunmen in one day, it's time to hang up the web.
Sprider-man! You keep me distracted with the yard. I'm held up. How you looking?
Not much better. These guys are all on the road. They'll kill someone if I can't stop.
Two of us might catch up, but you might be on your own.
Stay safe, Jeff. Don't do anything crazy. I gotta get close. Hey guys, room for one more?
İyi de.
We've now identified the officer as Jefferson Davis. We're being told he has minor injuries and is expected to make a full recovery.
Excuse me, sir, you're supposed to be here.
More than you. After that auction house thing, the Bugle put me on the CB beat, which means I took a full time on real stories like this. And the deeds.
You know, the closer you get to them, the more you become a target.
The closer I get, the better chance we have to stop them.
Oi.
Officer Davis, Mary Jane wants me to be the Bugle.
No comment.
I don't blame you. But these guys are going to tell their story without you. And they thrive on controversies.
So what's your end?
I don't have one. I just listen.
Okay. Up in. She's good.
Man, I'm beat. Time to head home and get some sleep.
to track down some items that were accidentally dumped up in a dumpster outside my apartment. Hang on. Uh, 64476.
That's 3. Trucks are let's shift. If you step that there, you're out.
Wait, please. This is important. Can you at least tell me where the truck is?
Let me check. Alright. Looks like it should be in this municipal garage about right here.
Got it. Thanks, Eddie. Municipal garage. Bowery and Grant. Not a problem. I don't care if I lose everything else. I have to find my Spidey drive. Can't be that hard. Finding a tiny flash drive in a dirty garbage truck. I have years of research on that drive. Everything I've worked on since high school. Of course it's locked. Can't have people stealing garbage. Maybe there's another way in. It's not really breaking and entering if I don't break anything, right? Okay, no need to panic. Maybe they haven't dumped the trash yet. Nada. Okay, time to panic.
Empire Sanitation, this is Eddie.
Sorry, is there any chance the truck wasn't in the garage?
Sure, I guess. Just needs to be somewhere in West Chinatown.
Great. I'm headed there now.
Hey, it's a long shot, but sometimes the guys stop for pizza before they drop off.
Really? I'll check out the pizza shops. Any idea which one?
One of the mom and pop joints, I think.
Jerry's?
No, that's uptown.
I mean original Jerry's.
Oh, right. No, started with an L, I think.
Larry's?
That's on the east side.
Leo's.
Leo's, yeah. That might be it. Man, I love Leo's.
I'll pick you up a pie. I owe you one.
No worries. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Thanks, Eddie. Should be some trucks close by. Nope, stuff's not here. There has to be another truck around here. No sign of my stuff. What an interesting smell. Eddie, my only hope.
Not there either, huh?
You sure they were around here?
Well, the guy might have switched routes to the upcoming Osborne rally. If you pick up us on Route 35, they'd be dropping off at the incinerator right now.
Incinerator?
Over by Manhattan Bridge. Better hustle.
There's the incinerator. Hope I'm not too late. Looks like trouble. You okay?
Yeah, thanks. This gang's been terrorizing the whole neighborhood the last couple of days. There's probably more on the way.
I'll keep an eye out. Hey, mind if I look around for some personal items?
Sure, have at it. I gotta file an incident.
Please be here. Yes! Hope it still works. Phew, looks like everything's here. And look, an old gadget prototype. Looks kinda awesome. Why didn't I ever finish it? I think I can make this work.
Look. It's that guy. Spider.
Uh-oh.
Ice!
Okay, well, this night isn't quite going as planned. Where am I gonna sleep? Guess I could try MJ's. Alright, how am I gonna talk my way on MJ's couch? Let's see. Hi, MJ. Peter. Any chance I can stay over? Oh, that's too formal. MJ! It's just in the neighborhood and... shame. Hey, MJ. Now that we're talking again, I thought maybe... Oh, you're just so pathetic. Why am I making this such a big deal? We're just friends, right? Friends crash onto each other's couches all the time. It's not weird or anything. It's just a couch. MJ's couch. Just got a web alert. Looks like MJ's story just got published. I think I'll find somewhere else to stay. She's probably busy with work. I wish Harry was in town. I could crash with him. Someone left me a voicemail. Number's blocked though.
Hey there, Spider. Long time no see. Come to this address. Catch me if you can.
I think I know that voice.
Attention unit. Officers are holding an armored car. We merge our underlings over. Hello, Spider. Been thinking about you a lot lately. We put together, aren't we? Maybe it's time to reunite the flame.
Black Cat. Don't tell me she's scoping out places to rob. She promised she would give up that life. What was she looking at? Anything look out of place? There. One of her cats. She packs those with range extenders, then harvests nearby RFID systems. I'll let Yuri know to pick it up. She's too smart to be putting herself at risk. She must be desperate. Hey, Yuri. You still have Black Cat suit and equipment in the evidence locker, right?
I think so. Why? Is she back at it?
Maybe. Just double check and let me know if her gear is still there.
Will do.
Hey, May. You're calling late. What's up?
I thought we were going to meet up for dinner tonight.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, I forgot. It's been a hard day. We lost funding at the lab.
Oh, Peter. I'm sorry.
I also kind of got evicted from my apartment.
What? Do you have a place to stay tonight?
Actually, no. Not really. I hate to ask, but any chance you have room at the shelter?
Of course. Feel free to leave the couch in my office.
Thanks, May. There are better ways to spend your life than shooting rockets. Getting worse than this ever was.
Officers, point your movement back. I'll handle this.
demons are down. I'll let you take it from here, officers. Good one. You'll mention it, officer.
Either that fight like demons. Hold up. On us, daily.
Next time you get in my way. I will not be so gentle.
Girl problems again.
Gotcha.
The Daily Bugle is the most read newspaper in Spider-Man's world, so it's no surprise that finding their headlines is one of the collectibles in Marvel's game. There are 28 to find, and they're all linked to the main storyline, but, and this is a big one, they're also tied to the events of the main missions and unlock depending on how far you are through the game. So, here's a list of the missions and the headlines they unlock.
Spider-Man, over here!
Can I get a selfie?
Boy qualifies for the VIP treatment. He's in the round.
In our city, with Pulitzer Prize winning two-time Pulitzer Prize winning former publisher of the Daily Bugle. Hey, plug the book. And as always,
You mean 53?
Away from the guy who can tell me.
Spidey! I just gotta say, you're like my hero. Crap. I'm getting over here. Don't let us shoot. Taxi!
All units, we have a hostage situation involving a civilian bus. Nearest officer, please proceed to Hamilton Heights.
We've got a 10-10 possible narcotics sale.
Really, Spider Jerk. Don't got time for you.
This is Naval Control.
Wait, what the heck is this? Gonna guess these guys are already in baseball practice.
Really him?
Attention all units, we have a possible kidnapping.
Looking good, Spidey. Attention all units, active robbery of an armored vehicle. Location is Seaport, please.
Nothing puts a pep in my step like halting an illegal drug deal. Cops are coming.
Okay?
Been on worse terms,
Right,
but
the city
I can
upside
see
down
this.
overnight.
I'm fine, May. Staying safe. I'm more worried about you. Sorry, I'm usually web swinging.
Maybe I'm paranoid, but I just don't think this was
Update from Bowery. APC Foxtrot reporting. In pursuit of escaped prisoners. Naval teams, this is Control. What's the status at Murray Hill? Observation post up. We'll relay any priority sighting.
Demons aren't spooky.
And that's all of the 28 Daily Bugle headlines. Let us know what you think of Spider-Man so far. Click the boxes on the left for more content from us, and don't forget to hit that big button in the middle for more news, reviews, previews, and features right here on the Games Radar.
Anyone else need a breather?
Now that Marvel's Spider-Man is finally here, you're going to need some tips, because with great power comes a lot of buttons, and bad men with guns. So if you want to get a web head start on Parker's newest adventure, here are 9 tips you'll need to know. Make combat easier by perfecting countering. One of the first skills you should unlock is Perfect Dodge in a Defender skill tree, which in turn lets you buy the Dodge Window skill as well. Perfect Dodge means Spidey automatically webs the enemy whose attack he's just avoided when you perfectly counter, which is when his Spidey sense turns blue, while Dodge Window on the other hand gives you a slightly longer timing window to perfectly dodge that attack. I can't overstate how important it is to get these two abilities as soon as possible, as they are a blessing for crowd control. The last stand skill that follows Dodge Window is also spectacularly useful, as it'll give you a moment of slow-mo to help avoid a potentially lethal blow. Don't get too button mashy when you're fighting. There are a lot of different enemy types, and certain kinds can only be beaten in specific ways, so try not to get caught up in the moment and just hammer punch all the time. Hold square to use air launcher for baton enemies, press square then circle to dodge under shield enemies, and web up heavies before attacking. Using the right moves at the right time is vital to take control of the situation. Always take out the goons with the guns first. When you're fighting in New York streets, you'll want to take out gun-wielding foes as soon as possible, as having to dodge bullets while fighting large groups is bothersome to say the least. While you can just punch them, there are skills to make the job easier. Tapping triangle for a web strike, for example, will propel you to a targeted enemy, which is useful to reach a threat quickly. More useful, though, are the pistol and baton yank and its higher power cousin, rifle shield and launcher weapon skills. Those will let you pull weapons right out of people's hands, while the yank and throw skill lets you then throw them back at people as an attack. Stick a mine on a person to get two people stuck together. A little way through Spider-Man's main story, you'll unlock trip mines, which shoot out a little strand of web when triggered and then tie enemies to walls. The walls are not the only thing you can stick them to. Oh no, they stick to enemies too, which means you can take two enemies out of the battlefield simultaneously when things get hairy. There's even a trophy for doing it 10 times called Hug It Out. Pay attention to the bonus challenges. Across the world, bases for the various criminal factions will pop up, along with the various crimes they're committing on the street. As Spider-Man, it's your responsibility to beat them into submission. However, instead of rushing in and acquainting their faces with your webs, spare the time to look at the bonus challenges for each. They could be things like sneakily taking down 3 snipers or perfectly dodging 10 attacks. Not only will you get bonus XP and extra tokens for completing these challenges, but it's a great way of practicing any moves you're having trouble with.
Bad mojo, officer. Real bad.
Let go at the bottom of a web swing for speed and at the top for height. It doesn't take too long to get the hang of Spider-Man's swinging, but there are a couple of ways to make sure you're getting the most out of it. If you want to go as fast as possible, like when you're chasing a villain and or a car, release R2 when you're at the bottom of the arc, when you're closest to the ground. This way your momentum will be conserved into forward velocity rather than an upward swing, and you'll go a lot faster than you could with web zips alone. Or, if you need to get high quickly, let go at the top of the swing to catapult Spidey into the air. If you can't find a certain type of resource, you probably haven't reached it in the store yet. Everyone gets a little impatient sometimes, and in open world games I think it's fair to say that players are used to almost every resource being available as soon as you start. In Spider-Man, you'll have to continue plugging away at the main story to unlock all of its 6 resources. That's base, landmark research, grind, backpack, and challenge. You'll get through about a quarter of the story before all of them are unlocked, so just stay patient. The electric punch ability is great for crowd control. As the game progresses, you'll encounter larger numbers and more varieties of enemy types, which will make dealing with them all the trickier. Unlock the electrically insulated suit though, and you'll get the electric punch ability, which is a godsend for crowd control. When your suit power is active, you can click both the sticks to activate electric punches that change shocks between enemies and can stun entire groups of foes. Pop it at the right time and you can pretty much shock an entire mob and really turn the tide of the fight. Plan a strategy and use your gadget before you jump into the fight. As the game progresses, you'll unlock more gadgets to use in a fight, and thinking about how to use them before you throw a punch can make a huge difference. Spidey starts a lot of encounters perched up high, surveying the fight he's about to have. While this usually gives you a few chances to stealth eliminate some enemies, it's also an opportunity to strategize. See a point enemies are going to run through, place a trip mine. Big group together, throw a web bomb to incapacitate them as you attack. Keep looking for opportunities during the fight as well. If you're on a roof, a well-placed concussive blast could knock a bad guy off for an insta-kill, for example. Or, if they're clustered together, an electric web could stun several opponents from a distance. Basically, let the gadgets do as much work as they can and save you the time. And that's just a few tips we have to help you get started in Marvel's Spider-Man. Let us know if you have any more tips in the comments below. Click the boxes on the left for more content from us, and don't forget to hit that big button in the middle for more gaming news, previews, reviews, and features right here on Games Radar Plus.
Oh, I had a little mix-up in my apartment.
Spider-Man's got a lot on his plate. Bad guys at every corner, relationships to work on, a real job. He may be swamped sometimes, but that doesn't mean you have to be while playing Spider-Man. That's why we've come up with 7 tips that will help you get started with your web-slinging career. Okay, first things first, every crime fighter needs a map, right? So the faster you can repair these Oscorp radio towers, the faster you can get out to punching bad guys. Otherwise, you're going to be staring at a completely fuzzed out map for a decent chunk of the game. An effective Spider-Man needs to have full awareness of their environment, so make repairing the towers the first thing you do. While combat skills and defensive maneuvers are essential aspects to your repertoire, there really isn't anything more essential to the Spider-Man experience, trademark, than web slinging. So if you're into that kind of thing, I would recommend diving straight into that particular skill tree first. You'll earn some useful abilities to help you traverse the city better and make the opening hours of the game much more invigorating. Aim to get the point launch, quick recovery, and charge jump as soon as possible, and you'll be flying through the city in record time. As Uncle Ben once said, with new suits comes new superpowers. Or something like that. I don't know, my memory's kind of hazy. By combining superpowers with your gadgets along with 3...
Well, great power comes
to swallow down her pride and accept that human, like the rest of us. Martin.
Sorry to interrupt. Just want to let you know. I'm headed out of town. You're in charge for long.
Wait, you count on me. How long will you be away?
I don't know. Is everything okay? It's some personal business. I'm not planning on why. But please take care of it. Represents that's part of it.
Well, I guess I better get busy.
Mr. Lee's okay.
You mean with great power comes great responsibility?
Suit mod slots, you'll be able to create some spectacular combos. For example, if you're fighting a bunch of goons, you can shoot a loaded up web bomb, then land on an ear-splitting solo with a rock-out power to send them off flying. Maybe you'll want to take to the skies and pair the suspension matrix with low gravity for some serious hang time. Or you could just let your robots do the dirty work for you.
Hello?
Use the Spider-Drone and the Spider-Bro for a tag team takedown.
I did.
Spider-Man's combat is all about combining the abilities of gadgets, suit powers, and suit mods together for disaster results. Be a responsible crime fighter and take the time to mix and match and see what works best.
Isn't
That's how
Osborn's campaign rally this
You
afternoon?
don't want to let him down, do you?
Oh, I see.
As magical as it is to swing through the city, there are still things to see on the streets of New York. So take some time to have your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man-y to appreciate the details on the ground floor. Give people high fives, eavesdrop on the chatter, check out the iconic New York City landmarks. Some good Samaritans will even give you tips on crimes nearby.
Spider's on the case.
Later on in the game, you'll come across stations that allow you to take on challenges. They might be combat or stealth focused, or might have you chasing a drone across the city rooftops. Got it. Make sure not to skip these though, as they'll reward you with up to 6 very valuable challenge tokens that you'll need later on to upgrade your gadgets and suit powers. As any good piece of Marvel entertainment should be, Spider-Man is loaded with Easter eggs and references to the character's extensive lore.
Hey, my Mark I web shooters.
For example, there are several landmarks that are direct nods to famous Marvel characters and organizations. When you're not out fighting crime, be sure to set some time aside to search for these references. It may not benefit your progression directly, but it's worth doing, if only to be in awe of all the little details packed into the world. If you're a completionist and can't possibly imagine yourself not using all of Spider-Man's 50 new suits, then you're going to want to listen up. In order to unlock the final outfit, you'll need to complete each of Manhattan's 9 districts. That means finishing every single side quest, completing all the activities, and finding every single collectible. That's why I cannot emphasize this enough. Do not skip the crime activities. If you see a red exclamation icon pop up in your minimap, make that your top priority. You're going to want to complete as many as you can over the course of the main story. Otherwise, you're going to be spending a whole lot of time wandering the streets, searching for thugs to beat up. See a crime happening? Take them down. That's the Spidey way. So those were 7 tips that will help you get started being a better Spider-Man than I ever was when I started the game. If you have any more suggestions for things people should know before starting, make sure to leave in the comments below, and check back on GameSpot.com for much, much more Spider-Man coverage. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Jeff. Congrats on the ceremony today.
That was over. Truck on the bar.
Another camera. Gotta get it.
Are you jealous or something something that can't get enough of? I hope so. But you know that's always something like that.
Why are you doing this? Sorry about that, Jeff. Hey, congrats on the ceremony.
10% off MSRP on select 21 truck on the bar. 50 deposit models in dealer stock.
What's up?
Just got a tip at the demon construction site downtown. Why you make my sister have one of the cops around? I found out my friend every part want to know.
Understood. I'll do a swing by let you know what I find. And hey, here's a tip on public speaking. Just picture everyone in their underwear. Wait, not Osborn. You know what? Never mind.
Marvel's Spider-Man, you'll find really quickly that there's a lot to explore in Manhattan, and a lot of crime to fight. While tutorials will give you a good grasp of how to do whatever a spider can, there's a few things Spider-Man doesn't outright tell you, so check out these essential tips.
Jeff, I'm here.
Most of your time in Manhattan will be spent web-slinging from building to building, and as you get used to the controls, you want to maximize your speed and traversal. Remember that when jumping past rooftops, zip to point and point launch are better when there's no buildings above you to swing from and lets you cross roofs quickly in places like Greenwich or Hell's Kitchen. When in downtown areas with bigger buildings, you'll find that pressing the jump button after a full swing lets you gain more height, momentum, and a bit of focus for your meter. Aerial combat is literally the best thing you can do. If you can keep enemies in the air, most of their friends can't touch you, and you can still dodge anyone who can. You You can also get the Air Marshal skill early on to increase your damage output and focus generation in the air. Prioritize air launch, swing kick, and air yank so you can deal more damage and gain more focus in the air without getting attacked, and zip to faraway opponents if needed. Once you fight enemies who can yank you,
Hey!
each type of crime has 2 sub-objectives, and they will be the same when that type of crime reappears elsewhere in the city. Any sub-objectives not completed will carry over, meaning you can earn 1 to 3 tokens per crime, but once the sub-objective is completed, it cannot be redone the next time.
Hey, King Ranger. What's up?
For more tokens, keep your eyes and ears peeled for new types of crimes being committed. A lot of combat will probably involve web throws, and it's important to note that they
I got 2 new suits from the movie on the game.
Wait, the demons. Who's their leader?
Hey, King Ranger.
These bad guys from other bad guys. Not how I thought they would go.
It's me. Hey. Oh, what's up? But yeah, what I'm about to say is I had 2 new suits from the movie on the Marvel Spider-Man game. From the was
Fist man.
it's the upgrade suit and stuff suit. I'm just paying Friday 13. Okay.
So this week, an antagonist of both Daredevil and Spider-Man has an opulent headquarters on the corner of Central Park. Here's the modest headquarters of public defenders Matt Murdock and Foggy Nelson. Look closely at the door, and there even appears to be an eviction notice there. The ramp is a super maximum security prison created to retain superpowered individuals. Traditionally, it was operated by S.H.I.E.L.D., and a version recently appeared in Captain America Civil War. Damage Control HQ is home of a construction company tasked with cleaning up a mess created by supervillains. Michael Keaton's Vulture Work Company in Spider-Man Homecoming. This shady bruiser traditionally provides sanctuary to those evading the law, despite the repeated efforts of Spider-Man and Daredevil to shut it down. Ben Parker is buried in a cemetery in Harlem, and you should probably pay your respects at some point during your playthrough. This fictional university where Peter Parker studied can also count Emma Frost and Reed Richards among its alumni. Here's the news network that hired J. Jonah Jameson to run its coverage and continue its anti-Spider-Man agenda across a new medium. And finally, at 177A Bleecker Street, you'll find the home of Dr. Stephen Strange, housing the greatest collection of mystical artifacts in existence. It's a shame you can't go in, really. That's it for our rundown of some of the best Marvel locations you should visit in Marvel Spider-Man. If you like that, check out loads of other videos where they call it Marvel Spider-Man, not sound ridiculously clunky. Thanks, Sony.
Run, Peter, run!
Regret this. Hi, is this like Newark? This is your master plan? Replace this? No kidding! Need a plan real fast. I guess this is the plan.
Whoa! Uh-oh. Here you go.
Stop. you're... I caught the bad guys, but... By what? You might want to bring a ladder. Yo, Miles. Hey, fanboy. Wait. Coming? Nah, I get city hall for my dad's ceremony. Alright, take Pops a second rest. MJ, did they start the ceremony yet?
They're still setting up. Where are you?
Got hung up at work. Be there soon.
A lot of suit options. Many are obtained from story beats or by completing side objectives. But there's one suit that's a little tougher to obtain, and it's not required to 100% the game. Here's how to get it. Marvel's Spider-Man features secret photo ops that don't appear on the map like their landmark patches, and don't appear on landmarks. They only through a level 50, they still will show up on the minimap close. When you find what you believe to be a secret photo op, take out your camera and look around. The indicator goes green, you'll know you have one target. Once you've taken all 50 secret photo ops, you'll instantly be rewarded with the ESU suit. You'll see Spider-Man still wearing his trademark mask, but sporting regular Empire State University clothes. This suit does not come with any associated suit. It's also worth noting that the suit can be acquired the moment Peter Parker is able to take pictures of landmarks, though the proximity sensor suit mod isn't available until Spider-Man reaches level 50, which makes the hunt dramatically easier. It's also wise to avoid seeing all landmarks unless you have a guide handy, as this collection of photos does not come with any sort of checklist or map marker that indicates the secret photo op has been found. So without a checklist of your own, you might find yourself a little lost, not knowing which secrets you found and which ones are still out there. And that's it! What do you think of the secret suits? Is it your favorite? And if not, which of Spidey's 28 suits is? Make sure to let us know, and for much more on Marvel's Spider-Man, make sure to check out a video showing off all 28 suits, or some really cool pictures we made using the game's photo mode. Also make sure to check out the IGN wiki for locations of every secret photo op. And for everything else, keep it right here at IGN.
Work together as a team.
That's right. Pretty disappointed.
Buckle up!
There it is. Rated PG-13.
Gentlemen, it's not an AM one. It's not even an ATM.
Despite having its own unique interpretation of the web-slinger's established world, Insomniac's Spider-Man is deeply entrenched in Marvel's expansive lore. The game makes reference to several characters and entities from the comics and movies. With so many clever details to notice and discover in Spider-Man's bustling world, we've highlighted 7 of the most fascinating Easter eggs and Marvel references so far. Be wary, there are some minor spoilers ahead. There's a ton of landmarks in Insomniac's take of Manhattan. Some are real, like Madison Square Garden and the Empire State Building, but others not so much. After all, this isn't our Manhattan. It's Marvel's version of the famous real-life borough. As one of Marvel's central superhero and supervillain hubs, there are a ton of iconic locations packed in that Marvel fans will recognize. The first major one that folks will notice is likely the Avengers Tower, located in the Upper East Side District. But there's so much more scattered around. You can find the Wakanda Embassy in the Midtown District. Doctor Strange's home, the Sanctum Sanctorum, is located exactly where it should be in Greenwich Village. And there's even some deeper, like the Bar with No Name, which is a hidden speakeasy where supervillains can drink and relax in peace. Spider-Man is littered with Marvel landmarks. We're only scratching the surface here, so we highly encourage you to explore and see the rest for yourself. One of the side missions has you helping out a fella named Philip Chang, an ESU student who wants you to find his missing classmates. He's a resourceful guy, having developed advanced facial recognition technology that allows him to track down people via their social media feeds. Okay, maybe that sounds a bit creepy, but it did help Spidey save the day. Anyway, Phil Chang is a character from the comics. Peter actually attended university with Chang, and they were even lab mates for a time. Of course, there's some more complicated history surrounding him and an evil gang called the Dragon Lords, but we'll spare you the complicated details for now. After losing their support from the grant committee and having all their resources revoked from them by Norman Osborn, Otto calls in some favors and takes on a few grants in order to fund his research. One of the funding partners should be instantly recognizable to Marvel fans. If you examine some of the new equipment in the lab, you'll discover paperwork detailing a grant from AIM, aka Advanced Idea Mechanics. Peter remarks that their reputation is a tad shady, which is a bit of an understatement if we're talking about the very same organization from the comics. AIM is a privately funded organization of terrorist arms dealers and scientists whose sole mission is to overthrow the governments of the world through the use of technology and scientific advancement. So yeah, pretty shady. About halfway through the game, you'll run into a shadowy figure who challenges you to complete some difficult tasks around the map. This menacing foe is none other than Taskmaster, a supervillain who battles Spider-Man every once in a while in the comics. As you complete Taskmaster's challenges, you'll start to learn that he has what's called photographic reflexes, which allows him to duplicate almost any physical activity he sees by simply seeing it performed once. It's literally the reason why he set up these challenges throughout Manhattan. He wants to take you down by learning your every move. What a creep.
I'm impressed.
And yet you sound like you want to kill me.
Not yet. I have so much more to learn.
In the side mission, Internet Famous, you get wrapped up in an internet challenge that takes a turn for the worse. After scanning a QR code, you're forced to complete combat and puzzle trials under a strict time limit in order to reveal the location of a kidnapping victim. The individual forcing you to do all this is a social media personality known as Screwball.
You accepted the challenge! Welcome to my stream!
Screwball definitely has some screws loose, that's for sure. Her whole shtick is the same in the comics, committing crimes while a camera crew films her and then uploading the footage on YouTube to earn money. It's worth noting that Screwball was first introduced in 2008, right around the early years of YouTube. But her antics are more relevant now than ever before. During the latter half of the game, Spider-Man needs to make a quick save in order to stop a speeding subway train. His first attempt should be a familiar one to Spider-Man fans, as it's the same method that was used to stop the subway train from Spider-Man 2. The game makes a very clear nod to this, even going as far as to having Spider-Man say, "It totally worked last time," when it inevitably fails. Nice one, Insomniac. We see what you're doing. The backpacks are more than just mindless collectibles you grab to upgrade Spider-Man's abilities. They each represent and inform a little bit about Peter Parker's life and history as a superhero. For example, you can find his original Mark I web shoot, but there's a lot of other fascinating references and tidbits in between, like this business card for Daredevil's law practice, and these vials containing the blood of the lizard, and the sand of, Sandman. The backpack collectibles are rich with narrative details that reference both Spider-Man and Marvel history, so don't hesitate to grab them in your travels. You never know what cool stuff you might learn. Were there any Spider-Man or Marvel Easter eggs you discovered that you don't see here? Feel free to let us know about them in the comments below. And make sure to check out our Spider-Man review and our tips video detailing all the things you need to know to be the best Spider-Man.
New York City has always been Spidey's hometown, but he shares it with a bunch of Marvel's other characters. With Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4, developer Insomniac has done an amazing job of peppering in simple nods to that rich universe. There are a ton of Easter eggs in this game, but here's a quick look at 10 of my favorites. Full spoiler warning ahead. You may stumble across the Sanctum Sanctorum, which shows up as a landmark in the game that you can photograph. This is the residence of Doctor Strange, located in Greenwich Village. Swinging over to the east side, you'll find the real-life United Nations building. Explore the area a little more, and you'll find two really cool with references by way of their fictional countries' embassies. The first is the Simkarian Embassy, representing the fictional Eastern European country that Silver Sable calls home. This embassy is also Silver Sable's headquarters in the comics. Just north of that is the embassy for Wakanda, the nation that King T'Challa hails from in Black Panther. A trip further uptown also reveals the infamous Avengers Tower, where fellow New Yorker Tony Stark lays low. Swing across Midtown to the west and you'll find the offices for the Rand Corporation. That's Rand as in Danny Rand, the Iron Fist. A little more to the west side of town where you'll find Hell's Kitchen, where a handful of Marvel's characters have shown up in their own Netflix series too, starting with Daredevil himself. Josie's Bar is the after-hours spot where Matt Murdock and company unwind. Just around the corner, you'll also find Alias Investigations, the offices of private investigator Jessica Jones. Head uptown a bit and you'll find Fogwell's Gym, the gym where boxer battling Jack Murdock, father of Matt Murdock, trained as a boxer. One interesting deep cut is a theater you'll find more than one location for called the Auerbach Theater. The Auerbach Theater Company is the fake name for the offices of the Strategic Scientific Reserve, whose notable members include Peggy Carter, Howard Stark, and Steve Rogers.
Hello, this is Tim Rogers from Kotaku.com, and I just want to say that when he says Steve Rogers, he does not mean my nephew, Steve Rogers, son of my brother, Clint Rogers.
A quick trip all the way uptown and you'll see what used to be a hideout for supervillains, the bar with no name. The bar was closed down because of a joint operation between Spidey and Daredevil, but rumor has it that it's reopened somewhere else. I can't wait for more hidden secrets to be revealed. Feel free to let me know about anything I may have missed. Until then, time to jump back into the comics.
Mom! Right there.
They wanted a war, they're going. We need to get off the grid.
Create new identities. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Michael Small. I go by Michael.
The rest of Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man. And 28 Spider-Man 2018.
Dad! Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna smash him right in the face. Kill 13 guys in 3 seconds.
Dropkick him, and him.
No, that's face smash guy.
That's dropkick guy.
Such a diva.
Rated PG-13.
He said that's smash face guy. That's drop kick guy. That's smash face guy. That's drop kick guy. Such a diva.
You have to work together as a team.
That's right. Pretty disappointed.
Buckle up.
There he is.
Rated PG-13.
Swinging is the #1 thing how to get right in making a great Spider-Man experience.
Deliver that wish fulfillment of being Spider-Man. You want to be able to use your webs to take you up into the air, to to spin all over the city, leap, do a swan dive, almost hit the ground, and swing back into the sky. That's Spider-Man.
You don't think of him on the ground. You think of him swinging through the concrete jungle gym of New York City. That's the ultimate fantasy fulfillment of being Spider-Man, and we knew we had to get it right.
When it came to swinging, we knew we had to be physics-based, right? The lines attached to the buildings, and then we start pendulum motion from there.
We never really wanted you to feel like anything really got in your way. It's all about building a sense of flow, fluidity, momentum. You know, you slam into a building, you shouldn't just face plant, you should just start running right up it. And then when you get up to it, you should just be able to kind of go over it.
We wanted to make sure that we had a simple control scheme that lets you sort of pick up and play and get pretty good at it. But at the same time, we wanted to make sure we had depth in there for an experienced player. So as you play longer and longer, you'll find those little connecting moves. You'll find the fact that if you wall run, you can whip around the corner, you just hit a button press, or even just stick input. You can also do something we call the web zip, which is a pull straight forward, so your lines go out and you pull, and that gives you some additional speed boost. The point launch is when you throw lines to a particular point. Sometimes it's a ledge, or sometimes it's a street lamp, and then you can spring off that when you get in. There's also the dive, which is a lot of people's favorite, big deep swan dive, and you kick into a swing right before you hit the ground. And so we want to make sure the controls are really accessible to begin with, but that the system has that.
So when you can stick to walls, and you're agile, and you have the webs, then the city becomes your playground.
So when we first started building New York City, we knew we wanted it to be a superhero's playground. Means you can travel on all surfaces. And one of the biggest challenges we encountered were fire escapes. A lot of the teams said, you know, we can't have Spider-Man go through these fire escapes because it's going to be too hard. But what's New York without the fire escapes? So now, if you guys encounter a fire escape, you'll see that you can actually web tunnel through and between fire escapes, which is super cool. We bent over backwards to make sure that the player would have an unimpeded experience when they're traversing New York City.
The moment when we figured out that Insomniac really delivered on that web swinging, it was actually at E3. We thought, wow, this really feels good. This feels great. It's fun. It's almost therapeutic to just go and swing through the city and explore the city. But it wasn't until players got their hands on it and we heard the reactions and we talked about it. And that's when we said, oh, we did it.
One thing. I talked to the detective about questioning they're all claiming Martin has the power to
Growing a war. You need to get off the grid.
Create new identities.
Allow me to
reintroduce myself. My name is Mike Coxmall.
Go by Michael.
This is coming from a guy who ran up walls.
Wanted to give our version of Spider-Man. We wanted we want people to say, that feels like a Spider-Man game from Insomniac. We wanted to have the DNA, the feel of what people expect from Spider-Man. At the same time, feel like, oh, that feels like an Insomniac game. I feel like the traversal of Sunset is taken with Spider-Man. The gadgets from Resistance and Ratchet now are in Spider-Man because the power of the gadgets, and then just overall humor that Spider-Man is known for as well as we are on the Ratchet and Clank side.
When Spider comes on the job, comes hell or high water, the job gets...
No.
I would say my favorite detail is that all the things you put into the apartment, like that initial camera that you see down from the window to where he grabs his phone, and all the things in between, to me that just like Easter eggs upon Easter eggs. So all those little elements, and also feel like it captures who Peter is. You feel like you know his history, you know kind of how sloppy he is at the same time, but also like this is a kid who's struggling to pay his bills. He's had a long history with all these villains. At the end of the day, he's just trying to catch a bunch of shit so he can go fight another bad guy.
Wait, Spider-Man and Kratos?
Oh god, who would win, Spider-Man or Kratos? Oh, sorry Corey, it's gonna be Spider-Man all the way. You can put that on Twitter, he'll look at it.
You okay? He makes it out of that building, we're gonna lose him.
I'm gonna go,
do your thing.
Yes! Anytime you make a Spider-Man game, you say, well, we're gonna sometime not play as Spider-Man, it's a risk, right? Because he's such a popular character. I mean, that's why people love him, they want to experience him. But we thought that to tell a full, like a 360-degree superhero story. You had to show what it was like when you're not a superhero in that world. And we thought MJ would be a great example of that. At the same time, for her arc to really have a full arc and experience it the right way, at certain points in the story, it would really benefit if you played as her. So there's definitely a risk. And then obviously just from a technical standpoint, creating another playable character is always a thing you got to juggle. And the team did a great job. Biggest worry about MJ is just, are we being respectful of the character, and are we making it something that people will enjoy to play? And you know, even though it might not be as high as fighting a Spider-Man, there are missions with very high stakes that you will be in control of MJ. And I love that you will physically actually get to play out her story.
I've been there. The loss is all you can think about.
Something to do outside of school. Maybe a part-time job?
Supposedly, this made his fortune selling these spices. I mean, they're good. Not that good.
I mean, they're good. Not that good.
You have to work together as a team.
That's right. I'm pretty disappointed. There he is.
Rated PG-13.
Hey, like I was saying, I'm worried about Miles.
Something to do outside of school. Maybe a part-time job?
It's not a bad idea. It has to be the right job. Something that makes me feel used. What he's doing matters.
Can you just describe to me?
MJ, that's over. I'll talk to AMA about it.
That's what I'm for.
Together as a team.
That's right. I'm pretty disappointed.
Buckle up.
There he is.
Rated PG-13.
MJ's house was right. Place is crawling with demons. Gotta take these guys out. Don't have to go around. Peter reuniting and all that. But what was the give and take with you guys wanting to sort of encapsulate the story, but also leave threads open? Obviously, you mentioned Norman before, and I think his place in the story is really fascinating. And I see this slight smile.
Yeah, I mean, I think you want a little bit of both. I mean, again, I'm probably gonna mention Marvel Studios again, but I think they do a great job of, like, you go there for 2.5 hours and you want a satisfying ending, but you want to leave them with a little bit more. What could the future hold if there is a future? And I think that was our balance. So, like, we wanted to have, this in many ways, it was a little bit of a love story between Pete and MJ. I mean, I think we, it's funny, Bill Roseman and I, one of our favorite movies is Rocky. And even though it's a boxing movie, it really is just a love story. It's a love story between the two. We wanted to have that romance. I think it's an important part of Peter's the Sprider-Man universe. But we wanted to have questions that people may talk about or debate, and what the future could hold.
I mean, with the Marvel Studios movies, like, they end and.
I remember when my biggest worry was getting pictures of Spider-Man on Jameson's desk by noon. Hey, my first camera. Got this at a yard sale. Still use this film. This article blaming Spider-Man for electro-killing cops was the last straw. I had to quit taking pictures that helped Jameson print lies about me. Graduation. Feels so long ago. I interned for Doc in college. It made me realize I could do as much good for the world in a lab coat as I could in tights.
There's another junction box.
An Oscorp badge from when I interviewed there.
Gotcha.
Would have paid well, but Dr. Octavius offered the chance to really make a difference.
How's it going with you? Did you get that promotion?
No, but we're on the cusp of something really big.
You know Oscorp would hire you in a heartbeat, right? One phone call to hear.
Sure, but Dr. Octavius' work will help millions. I'm right where I want to be, right where I should be.
Well, it sounds like it's more important than your other job. I've never heard you talk like that before.
A lot can change in 6 months. Feeling pretty good about myself today. I should fix that by listening to Jameson's show. Aw, the good luck card from when I left the Daily Bugle to go into research. Some really great people there. And Jameson.
Oh, man. Guns is hungry.
Jameson gave me this at his Bugle retirement party. I thought nobody would listen to his talk show. Shows how much I know.
This is crazy.
MJ wrote this article in the school paper about student protests. She was a heck of a journalist even then.
We'll make sure he stays behind bars this time.
Also, I'm pretty sure he was working for the Demon Gang.
Demon Gang? Sounds like a Daily Bugle headline.
Hey, the Bugle is a perfectly fine news organization.
Not sure I'd call it news.
Well, I've heard they have some really good reporters.
This must be where we're going to attack. He's just Osborn campaign offices. This wasn't a bad war. The demons were stealing the business going after Osborn. No. But you were right. Please use these places as one for the demons. And it looks like they're planning another attack. This time on Norman Osborn's campaign offices. I found an address here. I think it's their staging area. If I hurry, I might be able to stop them. And that's why Jonah keeps hearing me.
Quick. I'm getting yelled at by my boss.
Martin Lee and the demons are planning another attack. This time on Norman Osborn's campaign office.
Are you sure? We've had a lot of false leads past week.
Trust me on this one. I'm sending you the address for a recycling center. You'll find all the evidence there.
Got it. I'll get the campaign offices evacuated. If you're wrong about that, you're gonna help find a job.
I don't feel so good.
Holy shit! Let's go.
Having fun yet? Oh boy. Can't we all just get along? What? Who the hell are you?
Ouch! That was not cool. At all.
Wow, who is that?
What the hell are you doing here, Miles?
I'm here to help. You know you can't do this alone, right?
Anyway.
Hey guys, it's going to be a dance battle too, because I think I can win on that one too. Here's your most hated Spider-Man.
Just another day in the life of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Who is this guy? Only the real fans will know.
Oh, shit! Hey, Peter, are you okay?
Oh, my Peter tinkle? Huh?
What's up, my pin tickle? Huh?
Oh, you have spider legs. That's cool. Let's see what you got.
My back! Oh, this is not fun! At all!
Hope you'll be okay after that. That was easy.
Yo, that was easy. Woo!
Really? You stopping me like that? Oh, this is not funny, man. Get me out of this.
Gonna cry?
Is it really? You gonna cry?
What? Don't stare at me like that. You look
Right.
Spider sense tingling.
Miles, wake up! Oh, what should I do? I can't hold it much longer. Just do something. Okay, I have to act quick now. Hope this works. Oh no, Peter, are you okay?
I'm gonna tear you to pieces.
Huh? Watch out! No!
Shall we dance?
Yo!
What the hell is this?
He said, what the hell is
that? Seriously? It worked last time.
He said, oh, seriously? It worked last time.
I guess there's no one left.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Don't worry, S.H.I.E.L.D. will take care of everything. What is that? You okay, kid?
Hold up, look, problem solved.
How many costumes does he have?
That's not Spider-Man. Who else travels by web? Uh-oh. The symbiote. Venom?
Ooh.
That is not Venom. It is the symbiote, but no. Pete!
This Venom indeed seems different.
It's definitely pointier. And peppier. I'm guessing too much caffeine.
Or the Goblin improved on the original formula.
Did I do that? I didn't do that.
I said stop. You know who I am. We were Venom. We have a bond. That's right. We're friends. Right. We're friends. Stop!
Did I do that? I didn't do that.
I said stop. You know who I am. We were Venom. We have a bond. That's right. We're friends.
Now I'm paying that.
Oh.
Consolidated shipping. A lot of guys. I should try to do this quietly, but also with style.
too dangerous. I can't. He's dangerous.
Here. Better check inside. Good thing I stopped this when I did. We'll have Manhattan stockpile. Bases all around the city. What else can I find around here? Huh. Invoice from an auto shop. Pale horse rides. That's one expensive tune-up. This is bigger than I thought. Looks like the demons have an army. Is it one deadly glowing whistle or not?
Stay down.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it was definitely not this.
Uh-oh.
No, but I found something you should look into. A place called Pale Horse Ride.
I'll check it out back.
I can't have this. Can't handle this. You can't have this speed. No speed, boy. Uh-oh. Let's try this again.
No, but I found something we should look into. Place called Steel Horse Ride. I'll check it out back.
Uh-huh. No. Trying to handle me like that.
Copy over. We're in the location. They off.
This is on.
No. It's mine. All right. I'm executing it.
That's not how you do things. Whoa. Will we do this? Who the hell are you guys?
Code F1. Code F1. Hold it. Copy code F1. I have a visual. Hold silver.
Nice entry. Solid 8 out of 10.
Release him. He works with us.
Yuri, explanation, please.
This is Silver Sapnova, head of Stable International, a private security force. Paid for by Mayor Osborne.
Oh, the mayor has a head army now?
Next time you get in my way, I will not be gentle.
Go. We'll talk later.
Hey, sorry about that Sable thing. I should have told you earlier, but it all happened so fast.
It's okay. We're still best buds.
We're not best buds.
Well, that took a dark turn.
Anyway, Sable has the mayor's ear and unchecked authority. We've searched that address he gave. We found plenty of evidence of a bomb plot, but nothing that leads back to Martin.
I'm working on it. Hey, MJ.
Hey, so I checked some records on Martin's other favorite holding. He's got places all over the city.
Huh. The locations line up with a map I found at shipping businesses. I'll check them out.
Let me know what you find each one, and then I'll work on building a case.
You got it. I'm headed to Lee's office at Feast to see if I can learn more about why he's doing this. And what he's got planned next.
Okay. Say hi to Mason. Wait, you don't think she's dangerous, do you?
No. He's only got one target on his mind. Norman Osborn.
Peter.
So if you're running this place while Mr. Lee's out of town, who's doing your old job?
Me. But I could always use more help. You know. 21?
Actually, I